What's up, crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to D-Lo's Cryptos, where we navigate the ever-changing seas and the crypto sphere. I wanted to get on here and make another quick video, and this time it's about the window is closing. The window is closing for you to maximize profits. Why is that? Well, the BTC halving. We are roughly 3 to 4 months away from it happening. Okay, typically happens mid-April, beginning of May. So do the math. We're around 3 or 4 months away from that. Okay. Now, there's kind of a rule of thumb, I guess you could call it, something that I heard a few years ago. We're doing a weekend walk and talk, by the way, right now, so I'm going to be out walking. Sorry for the shaky camera. What I had heard a couple years back was typically you want to enter the market and start getting your positions in 6 months before the BTC halving. Okay. Now, if we look at the charts from last year, go back to October 2023, just a few months back, you will see that's when the market started to wake up and start to move and move fast. Okay, 6 months away from April. The other part of that is you want to start to sell your positions 18 months after the halving. Okay, right now we are still in the accumulation zone. However, had you started buying a couple of months back around that October period, that would have been probably the best time to buy. I know we've had some dips, and we're currently in a pretty big dip that took place. I think it started about a week ago or so, maybe 2 weeks ago was when it dipped down to the lowest, if my memory serves me correct. But this is normal, right? Especially before the halving. Okay, so what it'll probably look like, and let me say this really quick, not financial advice, I'm just giving you my 2 cents, and just trying to put it out there for people that may not know. But what I think is going to happen, how it'll look, is we're going to probably chop sideways, trade sideways, meaning not a lot of action. We'll have a little bit of pumps, a little bit of dumps for probably the next month to month and a half. Okay, and then we'll start to move up. Now, it is also possible, okay, there's a lot of indicators that show this, there's a lot of people that are saying this, that before the halving takes place, we could see another 20 to 30% correction. All right, that's also normal. Okay, so if you're new to this space and you've just gotten in, or you've been in for the last few months, like I just mentioned, or are getting ready to get in, don't freak out. Look, just go back and do a little research, look at the charts, and you'll see that this is pretty normal. Okay, so back to what I was saying about how it'll look. I think we're going to chop sideways, trade sideways with some pumps and dumps. Again, there's probably a possibility of a 20 to 30% correction. I believe that will happen. I do think that we'll see another big dip within the next 4 weeks. You might want to kind of, if you're already entered, and you have some positions, you may want to hold off and, stack some money. Dry powder is what a lot of people call it. It's a term used in investing space. So you may want to hang on and just wait for that. If you're not in the market, this is my opinion, I would start nibbling. I would start getting some positions in, okay? Because it's just not going to be worth it to sit and wait. And if that crash doesn't come, well, we just continue to go up, you're going to miss this opportunity because the window is closing. You're not going to want to be buying, for the next year. You probably want to get all your buying done and get your, as much Bitcoin or whatever coins you like, whatever projects, altcoins that you like, okay? You probably want to get those bags packed, okay, and those stats stacked probably by the end of this year, maybe even before. I know there's some people that are probably going to stop buying around, September to November of this year, right? And once we move into the next year, 2025, that's when a lot of people will start laddering out. Okay, they're going to start exiting their positions, and start taking profits. That's the smart, healthy thing to do. Okay, if you really want to make some money, you don't want to be one of these people that just hold on to your positions the entire way and be left holding the bag and wait, have to wait for this next bull run to come. because it may not happen. There's no guarantees. There's a lot of talk that this will be the last major run because we have all these institutions entering the market like BlackRock, Fidelity, you know, all of the ones that we hear about. The ETFs have been approved for Bitcoin. They're out there. We have an Ethereum ETF probably coming. There's been talks of Chainlink. There's been talks of XRP and so on. I'm sure there'll be talks of other ones coming, right? But who knows? On the flip side of that, there's also a talk, for the same reasons I just mentioned, of a super cycle, which would be cool, you know, to extend this cycle, you know, even into 2026. Who knows? It's a long shot, but you never know, right? So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because, in my opinion, the window is closing. You know, you want to start stacking your bags and getting your positions in, right? You have probably 9 months to get it done. Maybe less, maybe a little more. But if you're on the sidelines and you're not sure, now is the time to make that move, in my opinion, okay? And the people that follow this, well, this formula and take these steps and are doing these things, well, they're the ones that are going to be prepared to go to the moon in a lime green Lambo, baby. That's where we're going. I do think that this cycle is going to be a monster. Whether it's a super cycle or not, that is to be seen, but it is going to be a monster. I think it's going to just be massive. You know, we have, like I said, the institutions that have entered the space. The space is maturing like anything else with time. We have more retail investors like you fine ladies and gentlemen watching this video. There's just more people getting into it, right? You know, one of the reasons why I also wanted to make this video is because I'm getting a lot of people starting to ask me, you know, like family, friends, coworkers, because they all know that I'm in crypto, and I have tried to talk to them. I mean, I've been trying to get people into crypto now for 2-3 years, okay? But it's funny how it always works, and I'll admit it. I was one of those people, you know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, where people, you know, I was learning about it, but I never pulled the trigger. But when I started hearing about it more and more, seeing it online, you know, seeing the news talk about it, well, that's when you start piquing your interest and you start getting these questions like, well, am I too late? You know, what should I do? Where should I buy? What should I buy? Yada, yada, right? Well, that's why this video is being made right now. Yeah. We should probably see, okay, so back to how this is going to lay out, okay? Got the Bitcoin halving. It's coming up in the middle of April, beginning of May. We probably will see a new all-time high with Bitcoin within 6 months after that. It may happen sooner. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not like the Bitcoin halving is going to come on, you know, April 11th, and by April 12th, you know, there's just a God candle. I don't think that that's how it's going to happen. It'll take some time. It'll take place over, you know, those 4 to 6 months, and then a new all-time high will happen. That'll be nearing the end of 2024. That'll be like Q4 2024, like I said, around October. Okay, most people will probably, that have been stacking their bags this whole time, that have their positions, will probably pause buying, okay, for the most part, okay, and then just run it into 25 and start laddering out and taking profits. That's the best thing to do, you know, a lot of people say, especially if you've already have your bags packed. You know, I've been buying since the end of last cycle, you know, November 2021, so my bags are pretty well packed. But yeah, I'm still taking out positions. I'm still stacking my bags. You know, why wouldn't I, right? But this is for people that haven't done that or have just started, you know. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, you know, when the video started, but if you look at the charts, okay, just a few months back, October 2023, which is when the market started to wake up, you know, started to move and move quick. You know, 6 months prior to that was April, right? So we're moving into 2025 now. Your bags are packed, and now's the time to, especially when you see that all-time high take place, that's when you want to start preparing to take profits, okay? Now, nobody knows where Bitcoin's gonna go, okay? I personally have a target range set, and I'm being conservative. I know some people think like 100K is conservative, and that's fine, that's their opinion. I think 150K to 250K is where we'll probably likely go with Bitcoin, okay? But once that the new all-time high happens, that's when you want to start planning to exit your position, okay? So the previous all-time high was just under 70,000, like 68, 69,000. So once we pass that, that's when you're going to want to start, you know, getting ready to pull your profits. And I'm not saying pull them all. I'm talking about DCAing out, you know. Many of us, many of you, we don't have tens of thousands of dollars that we're just going to put in a lump sum and then pull it out as soon as it hits the all-time high. And that's really not, in my opinion, the smartest thing to do anyways. You want to DCA, which means you're just buying along the way, you know, at set, you know, regular intervals, you know, once a week, once a month, you know, once a day, whatever works best for your financial situation. Well, when it's time to get out, you're going to do the same thing. And, you know, maybe you want to, you know, you definitely want to get a plan together. But like maybe you want to, once you get to, you know, your project that you're into gets to a new all-time high, maybe you want to pull your initial investment out, you know, and then after that, maybe start laddering out at, you know, 10% or 20% intervals. Again, this is all up to your situation, your portfolio, your risk tolerance, and, you know, all that good stuff that comes along with this. All right. But guys, the window's closing, you know, you've got like 9 months to get your stuff together. Now, yeah, you could continue to buy after that, and still make money, but the people that are doing this formula, they're the ones that are going to the moon in the lime green Lambo, excuse me, okay? They're the ones that are going to do the best, in my opinion, right? As time goes on, after we have made that all-time high, the returns are going to diminish. Your gains are going to be less, right? So it's important right now to think about this and to get yourself ready for that trip to the moon. All right. Anyway, guys, I hope that you got value out of this. I appreciate everybody's support. You know, please don't forget to like, definitely subscribe, share the video to somebody that may be asking you questions, you know. And if you have any comments or questions, man, drop them down there in the comments. I'd love to interact with you people. I'm trying to build a community of like-minded crypto enthusiasts. And yeah, we got a lot of time to enjoy this, but we don't have a lot of time to get our positions ready, okay? So again, start to make your moves, in my opinion. Get your bags packed, stack those sats, whatever your favorite projects are, get into it. And anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a good day, evening, wherever you may be, and we'll see you on that next video. Have a good one.